शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा. We invoke Goddess Saraswati, white as snow, or the moon, or kunda flowers, clothed in white garments, holding a magnificent veena, seated on a white lotus, ever glorified, with offerings from the gods. O Goddess Saraswati, protect us from all forms of ignorance. Welcome. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining us today. Do you have to get rid of the little noises?
Oh. No.
No? Okay, don't worry about it.
We're going to have pops. It's going to be a poppy class.
Scroll down. Welcome again. My name is Sheela Bringi. I'm so excited to be here today with you to share in the practice of singing the Ya Devi goddess hymn. I'm an Indian devotional vocalist and instrumentalist. I'm a student of Sri Subhashish Mukhopadhyay, my teacher of Hindustani singing. I'm faculty in Indian devotional singing at Naropa University here in Boulder, Colorado, where we're coming to you from. I was born and raised not too far from Boulder in a little town called Fort Collins, Colorado. And my parents are both from South India. They're both scientists, musicians, and spiritual seekers. Some of you may know my mother, Sri Devi Bringi. She's retired faculty of yoga studies and sacred Sanskrit from Naropa University. And she is my first teacher of singing and of mantra. So I've trained in raga for 15 years, in voice and in the bansuri flute, which is a bamboo flute from North India. Along the way, I've released 2 records as a solo artist called Incantations and Shakti Sutra. And I'm co-founder of the Sacred Sound Lab with my partner, Brent Kuecker.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. My name is Brent Kuecker, and I've been a yoga and meditation teacher for about 20 years, or over 20 years now. And I'm also a devotional singer, and I'm training in Hindustani vocals with our vocal guru, Sri Subhashish Mukhopadhyay. And I'm a bass player and content producer for the Sacred Sound Lab, and also co-founder, as Sheela mentioned. I'm really excited for today's class because this hymn touches my heart almost like no other hymn. And it reminds me of the awesome power of the goddess herself. So thank you all again for being here to practice and to learn and to dive into this wonderfully beautiful and inspiring goddess hymn, Ya Devi. One second, before we go on, do you want to just take a second, see if we can figure out how to get that?
I think if we turn the volume off on the monitor, the pops won't come through the speaker.
But they're coming through this speaker.
So let's just turn it off.
Oh.
Okay.
That was easy.
Let's see if that worked. I think it worked.
So, please, before we get started, type into the chat, and some of you have already done this. Please let us know where you're calling in from. And Blythe Solano, do we study with Michael Cohen? No, we don't. Michael is a really good friend of ours, though. He lives about 5 miles down the road. Hey, Susie from Denver, Lou from Montana, Kim, North Carolina. Oh boy.
Kelly's in Sedona. Ooh, we're coming through there in
San Francisco.
In a week.
Felberg, Copenhagen. Wow, wonderful. Sedona, New York, Northern California. I think that's a country. New Jersey. Love from all the UK. More Montana.
Hi, Sony.
Alberta. Hey, Sony. Good to see you.
Hi,
Hey,
Ramanti. Nice to have
Ramanji.
you. Oh my gosh. Hi, Julie. Pacifica. Wow. Folks from all over the world.
Connecticut. Right on. Hey, Portland. I used to live there. Love that place.
Como vai, Thais? Hello.
Hey, we have 108 peeps.
108
All right,
people.
yeah. That's wonderful. All right, Sylvia from Germany. Wave dance. Weave dance. Weave dance.
Weave
So is that
dance.
dancing and weaving at the same time? This is like a new movement.
Welcome, Vandana. Thank you for being here, Elizabeth and Nancy. Oh my goodness. Kevin, hello.
Hey, Ivana. Thank you for being here. Right, this is so great. So much of the Sacred Sound Lab community has showed up for this class, and we're just so honored to train and work together with all these amazing people. They have such big hearts and always are contributing so much to the classes. And really, it is the students who are making the Sound Lab what it is, Sacred Sound Lab.
Oh my gosh, Emma Wormington from Ireland. Hello.
Hey, Emma, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. So today we have a lot in store for you.
Welcome, Suil.
We're so excited. Today you're going to get an orientation to something called Svara and Sargam, which is like the Indian solfege system. You'll get an orientation to the harmonium's keyboard. We'll sing and play some musical exercises. We'll sing the Ya Devi Stuti or hymn. And for those that can stay after, we'll sing some kirtan at the end as well.
Yeah, this class is slated for about 90 minutes, but we are open to going for 2 hours. So if the Q&A gets pushed back and you can hang out for that, it might. We'll see how it goes. But again, thank you all for being here. And before we go any further, I must take a moment to introduce our amazing Sacred Sound Lab assistant, the first assistant that we have on the team, Puja Singh. And I'm gonna give Puja a call here and get them hooked up on here so that they can introduce themselves. Get them hooked up on here so that they can introduce themselves.
Welcome, Puja.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, Puja.
So my name is Puja Singh, or Mixed Puja Singh. Can you hear me?
Puja, you need to mute your YouTube.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Welcome, Puja.
There. Tech. I'm so happy to be here with you all and to be assisting Sheela and Brent again. It is such a joy for me to be in the Sacred Sound Lab with you all. And I am a queer non-binary trans person. I was born in Canada. I now live in Los Angeles on unceded Tongva land. And I am also a devotional singer. I also make electronic pop music, and I play the harmonium, and I'm a vocalist. And I've been studying with Sheela, doing private lessons for a while now, and been studying with both Sheela and Brent in the Sacred Sound Lab. And I also study with our teacher, Sri Subhashish Mukhopadhyay, in India. And I'm just constantly diving deeper into this beautiful practice. And again, so honored and blessed to be here with you all. So thank you so much for having me.
Oops. Oh, it's down here. Wait, oh, I put it there. Hey.
Thank you, Puja. Puja is an absolute gift to the Sacred Sound Lab, and Puja will be supporting on the call today. If you have questions, you can write them in, and Puja will help you. And we'll also get to hear Puja's voice and experience their beautiful spirit a little later today in the Kirtan. So the Ya Devi hymn is also called the Aparajita Stuti. And Aparajita is inconquerable. And this is a hymn that comes from the 5th chapter of a goddess epic called The Glory of the Great Goddess, the Devi Mahatmya. So in this great epic, Durga as Mahadevi, the great goddess, is called forth from the radiance of all the gods and the demigods during a time of darkness and unrighteousness, when the buffalo demon called Mahisha was terrorizing the 3 worlds. And in this epic, Durga, as the supreme goddess, recruits her sister goddesses, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati, the goddesses in their wrathful forms, to destroy a vast army of demons in a war of good and evil. So during the 9 nights of the goddess festival called Navaratri, which we typically celebrate in the autumn time, it's common to sing this beautiful hymn or stuti. Stuti means hymn, from this goddess epic. So today we're going to teach you an excerpt of verses from the hymn. The hymn has 24 verses total, and we've selected 7 verses for us to practice today. And if you enjoy today's practice, I totally encourage you to learn all the verses of this stuti. It's a very beautiful and powerful practice. All the verses can be sung in about the same melody that we're going to teach you today. And for everyone that's attending today, I'm also going to send you a gift after the session is over in about 2 weeks or so. And this gift is going to be a recording of myself singing the entire hymn with the transliterated lyrics and translation, so that you can study it and learn the entire thing if you feel that you would like to do that. So the 7 verses that we're going to sing today, they say, I salute that goddess, she who is present inside every living being in the form of buddhi or wisdom, in the form of shakti, power, of shanti, peace or rest, shraddha, dedication or faith, lakshmi, wealth, daya, compassion, and matra, as the mother. Salutations to you, salutations to you, salutations to you. And the verses go on to name many more aspects of her. So as we name these qualities, as we praise these qualities in the goddess and salute them, we can also invite these qualities to grow within ourselves. We're going to get started now with a short centering and ohms. So please take your seat, and Brent will guide us in this short meditation and chanting of Om.
Nice and light. So make your seat very comfortable. So that your legs and feet, your hips feel like how you want them. And your hands can be folded in your lap, can be on your thighs or knees, or anywhere else that's comfortable. And then close your eyes. And with every in-breath, start to take note of the feeling inside yourself. With every breath in, become incredibly alert. So erect the spine gently. With a desire to feel more of the inner qualities of the goddess in your being. And as you exhale, release any unnecessary tension from the face, the neck, shoulders. And notice the outer sensations of your body, the clothing, temperature of your room, the contact point of your seat. Notice the sound of the harmonium and the tambura and my voice in your ears. And now please move your attention into your body, down below the head, either in the heart center, the solar plexus, or the lower belly. Please place your attention at one of these points. Sense the breath, that flow of the goddess that is with you every moment of every day. Feel how the breath moves right into the heart center, right into the core of the body, and expands. Feel the quality of your buddhi, your discernment. The Shakti in your system, all of the pranic flows of the breath, outward and inward, the movement of emotion and feeling and thought, imagination. And as you move deeper into the somatic experience of your life, feel the immense peace that permeates the space within and without. Feel in your heart your desire for dedication, to express your faith through your voice. Into that presence of the goddess in our very heart. Let's join our voices now and sing Om 3 times. Inhale. You can bow your head if you like, and then gently, slowly open the eyes. Okay. So now we will begin with an orientation to the keyboard.
Yes, and I would like to say that we're going to share some technical information and some information about svara, or Indian solfege. And we're going to go quite quickly through this before we get to actually learning and playing the hymn. And I want you to know that if you would like to review any of this material and go into it a little bit deeper, we actually do have a free mini course called Kirtan Clarity, which is a wonderful introduction to the fundamentals of the harmonium, its parts, how to pump smoothly, its history, and some of the material we're going to overview quickly today. So that is available for free from the Sacred Sound Lab homepage. If you just scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll get an opt-in where you can go through that course. So, all right, back to you, Brent.
Well, thank you. And yeah, in addition to this course itself, you're going to have access to this to watch over and over again. So if we blow by some technical information that goes too fast, just try to relax, and we've designed this class to get you into the practice with a little bit more context. So what is a keyboard? What is it? A keyboard is a logical and efficient way to arrange multiple octaves of 12 notes. What we need to know is that, like, the keyboard, when you look at it, it looks all mystical and mystifying. It's like, what is going on here? Because there's different groups of white keys and black keys, and it seems like there's way more notes than there actually are. You know, like on our harmonium probably has, 50-something, 60-something keys. But really, it's just 12 notes, and then those 12 notes repeat, and then those 12 notes repeat. And every time the 12 notes repeat, that's called an octave. And we have, here, let me show you here. Okay, so if you look at this keyboard here, the note that's in gray, right here below my finger, this note is called C. And that's the key we're going to play in today. And if you notice that there's some notes, the other way, there's notes below C and there's notes above C. But if you go far enough above C, oh, hi Sheela. Okay, if you go far enough above C, up here is the next octave of C. And there's 12 steps between this C and this C. And that's why we have the numbers up here at the top to let you know how many steps there are. And of all these 12 notes, normally you don't play all 12 in any given situation. You normally play about 7. And these are the 7 notes of the major scale. And so here's C to C, 1 octave of the major scale. And notice that all of the notes in the major scale for C are white notes. So there will be no black notes played in the major scale of C, and we happen to be playing in C major today, so you won't have to worry about any of the black notes. We're only going to play the white keys. And of all the 7 notes, we're not even going to play 7 notes. We're only going to play 5 notes. So here is the 5 notes we're going to play today. You don't need to pay attention so much to these numbers at the top here, where it says 0 through 7. Don't worry about that. That you could learn in Kirtan Clarity. But for today, you just want to pay attention to where it says C, D, E, F, G, Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa. C, D, E, F, G, Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa. Mm-hmm. And it's really convenient because you have 5 fingers and there's 5 notes to play. So once you put your fingers down today for this entire class, guess what? You never have to move your hand. You're going to learn an entire song, an entire hymn with just moving 5 fingers without moving the hand around. You just push the different fingers down as we show you how to do it. And poof, magic. What we've done is we've taken this linear formation of the keyboard, of the notes, of the 12 notes, and we've arranged it in this thing called a swara mandala. Here's what it looks like. So this is the same 12 notes as you saw here. These 12 notes from C to C are also right here. And except for we're not, in this diagram, you don't see C, D, E, F, G, etc. You see the Indian sargam, Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni, Sa. And you notice there's 1 Sa, there's 1 Pa, and then there's 2 Re's, 2 Ga's, 2 Ma's, 2 Da's, 2 Ni's, and then Sa again. And that's all the 12 tones that exist on the keyboard.
And unlike in Western music, where the names of the notes, like C, D, E, F, G, are fixed, in Indian music, Sa could be set on any note, and the rest of the swaras that you're singing stay in relationship to that Sa. So it's a movable system.
Yep, that is correct. Although you don't have to worry about moving today, you can learn how to move your saw if you sign up for our harmonium magic course. We teach you how to move it really easy. Okay, so now here's the diagram with the keys actually showed up. So now what we've done is we took this keyboard and we took these I can't quite do it, these 12 keys here, and we exploded the keyboard, and then we arranged them around the Swara Mandala. And check it out. So now you can see in the key of C, which is what we're playing today, Sa is C, and then the next white key is Re, the next white key is Ga, the next white key is Ma, the next white key is Pa, and etc. And here's the major scale of here's the major scale of in the Swara Mandala, and now here is Sa through Pa, which are the 5 keys we're going to play today. Here's Sa through Pa on the keyboard, and here's Sa through Pa on the Swara Mandala. And we use the Swara Mandala because it represents the same information that a keyboard represents, except for the keyboard is linear and the Swara Mandala is cyclical. And what we've found actually is that music is way more cyclical than it is linear. It does have a linear reality, like it moves through time linearly, but the harmonic and the melodic structures that are dancing around within music are way more circular and cyclical than they are linear. And so we've just decided to use the Swara Mandala because it helps give the imagination yet another way to identify and to become familiar with all the notes. So, let's talk about how to find Sa. Today, Sa is going to be in the key of C, as I mentioned. So Sheela is going to talk to you how to find Sa.
Hands.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Okay.
Other way. Back it up a bit.
Back it up a little bit. Okay. How's that?
That's good.
All right, so this is the keyboard on our harmonium, and I want you to notice the pattern of black keys. You've got a group of 2 keys, a group of 3 black keys, a group of 2 black keys, a group of 3, 2, 3, 2, and so on. So to find C, which is going to be Sa for today, look for the group of 2 black keys, which is somewhere around the middle of your harmonium's keyboard. The group of 2 black keys, and then identify the white key directly to the left of the group of 2 black keys. And this is going to be Sa, also called the Western note named C, but from now on it's going to be called Sa for us for today. Yeah. So please, everybody, identify Sa on your keyboard.
And then type in the chat, type a number 1 in the chat when you have found Sa.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. Great. So once you've found Sa, what I want you to do is hold up your hand above the keyboard, and notice Sheila's hand. Her thumb we're going to call 1, her index finger we're going to call 2, the middle finger we're going to call 3, the 4th finger we're going to call 4, the 5th finger we're going to call 5. So I want you to put the 1 finger on Sa and put the 2 finger on the next note over, the next white key over, then put the 3rd finger on the next white key over, the 4th finger on the next white key over, and the 5th finger finally on the next white key over. So you have 5 neighboring white keys for your 5 neighboring fingers, and just rest the fingertips on the keys without pushing any of them down. And then, once you resting your hand on the keyboard, on the 5 keys, just push your 1 finger down to press the Sa key, and you can pump. lift one up, press two down. We're calling that re. And then the next finger, ga. Lift ga up, and then press down the fourth finger, ma. Lift ma up, and press down the fifth finger, pa. Great. And lift the hand up, and that orients you to the hand placement. We're calling that home position. Okay, for today, that's home position. So if we're not doing something for a moment, and I say put your hand in home position, you're gonna put your first finger on sa, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Now we'll sing some exercises to orient your mind and to become familiar with sa, re, ga, ma, and pa. They are the first 5 notes of the major scale.
So in Indian music, the building blocks of melody are called svaras. Svara is something which resonates. And so swara is the word we use for note or tone. And the system is called sargam. Sargam is short for saregama, sargam. So sargam is the name of the system. And it's similar to like the do-re-mi's of Western solfege, if you're familiar with that. So in Indian music, we call the system sargam and the notes svaras. So we'd like to now call on the Sacred Sound Lab students. Why do we use sargam? Why do we sing svaras?
Please type it into the chat. There's so many good reasons to sing sargam, and the reality of it is that it's not that hard. I mean, think about it. There's 12 notes on the keyboard you have to learn, right? But in the sargam, you learn all 12 notes through 7 names, and if you've ever memorized a phone number, I know we're a little bit beyond memorizing phone numbers, but if you remember back, in ancient history, when we memorized phone numbers, you memorized groups of seven, many groups of 7 names. And if you have 7 friends and you know their names, it's not that hard really to memorize these names. And what's really amazing is once you actually have memorized the names of the notes, that note's identity is now it's personal to you. It's not just some abstract thing. It's not just an abstract note. It's an actual identity. It's a presence that you can become incredibly intimate with. Let's see here. What do we got? To recognize the different swaras, to recognize them, absolutely, Rama. Recognizing the notes is very difficult without the memory, without working the sargam practice.
To create joy.
Yeah.
To learn to identify the notes to improve our own range and resonance. Yes, beautiful, Cheryl. These are great. Wow, these are better than I could come up with. Kevin, to make music and express bliss. Yes. Alexis, this is very insightful. To adjust the key and retain the musical pattern.
Brilliant. That's
brilliant way of expressing that, Alexis.
And because that can be very difficult without the pattern, right? And one swara gives you the pattern, and then you just take the pattern and you move sa, and the pattern comes with it, and next thing you know, you're singing the exact same melody in a different key. Brilliant.
Because not all of us has the same starter note. Exactly. Catherine. So as I mentioned, sa is movable. So you can pick your sa based on your unique vocal range.
Yeah.
And go from there. Sony, I love this, can connect to your chakras. 7 chakras vibrate with 7 chakra points, 7 swaras. Yeah, so when we sing the ascending and descending of the scales, the different Indian tats and ragas, we can place awareness in the energetic system and notice the flow of energy through the system. And you may notice that they rise and that they vibrate in different centers that could correlate with chakras. Yes, for sure. Singing sargam is a deep blessing. I agree. Abby, thank you for sharing that it has improved your ear more than you could have imagined. And
That cannot be overstated.
yes.
The ear is the most important sense organ for music. Absolutely. And for singing, for producing any music with an instrument, the ear is absolutely the most. And so training the ear through sargam is just an incredible benefit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And specifically in Indian music, you know, we always sing with the sound of a drone. Often that drone is a tambura. And we have one here in our room. Can you see it behind Brent? That's called a tambura. It's a big gourd with 4 to 6 strings, and you'll hear a digital version of it when we start singing. It's constantly resounding the root note sa and the perfect fifth pa. And this creates a tapestry for us to sing with. It's like it gives our voice a throne, a place to rest, to align with. And so when we sing the svaras with the drone, we are ingraining the sound of those pitches in their relationships, and so that they can influence how we hear music, so it can help us in our imagination when we write songs, so that we can play and sing by ear. So these are all the faculties that begin to develop when working with a system like sargam.
Shall we do it?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
After all that, yeah. Today we're going to work with 5 svaras, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, 5 of the 7.
Oh, no, just sing first.
Just sing first, okay.
Unless they want to. Yeah. How about this? If you don't know, if sargam is brand new to you today, then please don't play your harmonium while we do the vocal exercises. If sargam is not new to you and you're familiar with the sargam, then you can drone sa and pa while you, here I'll show you sa and pa with Sheila's hand. Right there, show them sa and pa. You can put sa and pa down while we sing the sargam. And simply grace, I could not agree more. Vagus nerve activation. It's my favorite. Okay.
We're going to sing the 3 component sounds of Om, A, U, and M. As you hear my voice, this is a vocal warm-up, and then we're going to sing the sargam syllables. So,
Simply Cece. I thought it's simply grace.
will you take off the slide? Because it's confusing.
What? Oh,
Take off the slide.
sorry.
That's okay. Starting with the warm-up, singing the 3 component sounds of Om, A, U, and M on the tone of Sa. As you hear our voices, please come in and sing with us. Two more rounds. Sa through Pa. We'll sing one swara per breath, starting with Sa. Now Pa back down to Sa. Now we'll sing 2 to 3 notes per breath. Repeat after me. Sa, re. Ga, ma, pa. Pa, ma. Ga, re, sa. All 5 notes in one breath. Repeat after me. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Pa, ma, ga, re, sa. Keyboard diagram, please. Now we'll play them
And sing.
and sing.
Where is it? But, okay, I get you. What if we put on the actual keyboard picture,
Yeah.
but use the swaras from the sargam?
Sure.
Rather than the keyboard diagram?
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell him anything before we start?
Yeah.
Here, please come to home position with your hand. Put your one finger on sa, and then the other 4 fingers on re, ga, ma, pa.
Hands, please.
I'm there.
There we go. Okay. Now we'll play each svara, 1 note per breath, starting with Sa.
Whoops. Give me a second, people. Thank you.
Here we go. Inhale. Sa. Good. Good. Now keep pa held down. We'll sing pa back down to sa. Now repeat after me. Sa re ga.
Sa re ga.
Ma pa.
Ma pa.
Pa ma ga.
Pa ma ga.
Re sa.
Re sa.
Sa re ga.
Sa re ga.
Ma pa.
Ma pa.
Pa ma ga.
Pa ma ga.
Re sa.
Re sa.
Now let's sing all 5 swaras, call and response. Sa re ga ma pa.
Sa re ga ma pa.
Pa ma ga re sa.
Pa ma ga re sa.
Sa re ga ma pa.
Sa re ga ma pa.
Pa ma ga re sa.
Pa ma ga re sa. Oh.
Just put it back on the hands, please. So, today when we teach you the Ya Devi hymn, I want you to always remember that you can come back to the drone, which is played with sa and pa, with these 2 notes. Okay, and this is actually how we're going to start learning to sing the melody, is just with holding the drone and singing. So anytime today in class where you perhaps have gotten lost or you feel overwhelmed, you can always come back to playing sa and pa and just holding this drone down and just continue singing. And you can always come back to this video and get the different layers at another time. But I want you to remember, always come back to this drone if you need to, when you need to. Yes.
All right, so now we'll move into Ya Devi, and we're going to teach you this. We're going to teach you the 7 verses of this hymn that we've selected in 3 different ways. We're going to teach you how to play it with a drone. We're going to teach you how to play the melody, and we're going to teach you how to play it with what's called dyads. And Sheela will also demonstrate how we can fuse the melody and dyads, or a drone and melody. But for today, we're going to stick. The teaching is just going to be on these 3 basic ways, and then you can always go work with us in the future and learn more fantastic ways to play this lovely hymn.
Yeah, so these ways of playing it that Brent just described, you can think about them like different points of access to playing the hymn. The first being singing the hymn while playing the drone, and that's what we'll start with. So this hymn overall is to Mahadevi, the great goddess, also called Durga. And Durga Ma, Mother Durga, is the fiercely protective universal mother energy. She's the goddess of courage, protection, strength. She's literally the remover of sorrow and distress. Rather, her name means the remover of sorrow and distress. She rides the powerful lion, right? She's the female warrior and destroyer of demons. So the hymn is overall to goddess Durga, called Mahadevi, or the supreme goddess in the goddess epic. So the verses we're going to sing say, I salute that goddess who is present inside every living being in the form of wisdom, power, peace, dedication, wealth, benevolence, and as the mother. Salute to you, salute to you, salute to you. So now we will recite the Sanskrit, and I'll give you some tips along the way for pronunciation as well. So please repeat after me. Ya Devi.
Ya Devi.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Buddhirupena.
Buddhirupena.
Samsthita.
Samstita.
If you're not familiar with the IAST, transliteration system, it's a system of diacritical marks that allows us to accurately reproduce all of the sounds of the Sanskrit language. So bars above the A indicates a long ah sound. So it's like the ah and father. And again, over the I in Devi, it creates a long E sound, Devi. And then the dots indicate a cerebral sound where the tip of the tongue reaches to the roof of the mouth to produce the sound. Okay, again, Ya Devi.
Ya Devi.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Yes, and this bhu, this is called a mahaprana sound, an aspirated sound. So you add a spurt of air along with the consonant. Bhuteshu.
Bhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Buddhirupena.
Buddhirupena.
Buddhi is wisdom. Rupena.
Rupena.
There's a dot under the end there. So this word rupena, and actually, for the 7 verses we've selected, all of the lyrics are the same except for the word, the aspect of the mother, which is in italics. So the buddhi is unique for this verse, and then the next verse will have a different aspect, but all the other words will be the same. So we learn them once now, and then we just learn one new word with each verse. Namastasyai.
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 Namastasyai. Namo namaha.
Namastasyai. Namo namaha.
Salutations to you. Salutations to you again and again. Salutations to you. Next, let's go to the next verse. Ya Devi.
Ya Devi.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Shakti Rupena.
Shakti Rupena.
Samsthita.
Samstita.
She who dwells as Shakti, as power, as manifesting consciousness in all beings. Namastasyai, 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 namo namaha.
Namastasyai, 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 namo namaha.
Third verse. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu.
Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu.
Shanti Rupena samsthita.
Shanti Rupena samstita.
Shanti, she who dwells in all beings as tranquility, peace, rest. Namastasyai, 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 namo namaha.
Namastasyai, 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 namo namaha.
Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu.
Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu.
Shraddha Rupena.
Shraddha Rupena.
We have another lovely Mahaprana aspirated sound. Shraddha.
Shraddha.
Shraddha
Shraddha.
is dedication or faith. Rupena
Rupena.
is form. So she who is in the form of dedication in all beings. Samsthita.
Samstita.
So here's a little tip for all of the places where you see the letter T with an H or without an H. This is what's called a dental sound in Sanskrit. And so what you do is you take your tongue and put it behind your top front teeth and you say ta, ta. So I am speaking what is represented in the transliteration as a T by itself. There's no marking, no dot, no H. It's just a T by itself. Ta,
Ta,
ta. Like in the word thimble. Ta.
ta.
So let's practice it in sarvabhuteshu.
Sarvabhuteshu.
Or namastasyai.
Namastasyai.
Yeah, so you keep that tongue nice and front, in the front, behind the top front teeth. Ta. It's a much softer sound than the T we may normally speak in English, which is like a ta like T or Tom. This is ta,
Ta.
ta, ta. Okay, next verse. Ya Devi sarvabhuteshu
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Lakshmi Rupena Samsthita.
Lakshmi Rupena Samstita.
She who dwells as wealth, abundance. She whose form is wealth or abundance.
Let's do the next one.
Okay. Next. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Daya Rupena Samsthita.
Daya Rupena Samstita.
Daya is benevolence, compassion, mercy. And lastly, Matra, she who is in the form of the mother, dwells in all living beings in the form of the mother. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu
Matra Rupena Samsthita.
Matra Rupena Samstita.
Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha.
Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha.
Yes, so the ending on Namastasyai.
Don't do it too long. We could do it in the Q&A too.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go ahead then. Okay. So, yeah, thank you for asking that. For now, just do your best to reproduce the sounds we're making, and then in the Q&A section at the end, we'll discuss that. It's a little technical. Okay. Oops. Okay, so now we will work on holding a sapa drone and learning the sargam, and then sing the lyrics for the verses for one verse.
So place your thumb on Sa and place another finger on Pa. It doesn't really matter at this point which finger you use. Some may find 4 comfortable, some may find 3 comfortable, or 5. Pick one so that you're holding Sa and Pa both down at the same time. This is going to be our drone. With this drone, we will sing the swaras. This is going to be the line in white, the line of syllables in white. And we'll do this call and response. Please repeat after me.
Okay.
Okay. All right, again, repeat after me.
Ga ga ga. ga re ma ga.
Now with the words, repeat after me. Ya Devi,
Ya Devi,
Sarva Bhuteshu,
Sarva Bhuteshu. Oops. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry about this, everybody. Technical glitch here. Just gotta get
We're getting the
this.
next line ready for you.
Yeah, I just missed this one. Sorry, sorry. Okay, great.
Okay, starting with Buddhi Rupena. Repeat after me. Buddhi Rupena,
Buddhi Rupena
Samsthita.
Samstita.
Next line. Namastasye.
Oh, okay, give me a second to put it back on
Okay. Okay. Now, Namastasye first with the Sargam, then with the Sanskrit. Repeat after me. Ga 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 re.
Ga 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 re.
Re 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 sa.
Re 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 sa.
Sa 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 re.
Sa 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 re.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Namastasye.
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 Namo namaha.
Namo namaha.
Next verse. Okay, again, singing the swaras. Repeat. Ga ga ga.
Ga ga ga.
Ga re ma ga.
Ga re ma ga.
Ma 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 ma.
Ma 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 ma.
Ga re ma ga.
Ga re ma ga.
Namastasye. Ga 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 re.
Ga 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 re.
Re 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 sa.
Re 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 sa.
Sa 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 re.
Sa 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 re.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Camera one.
What?
Camera one.
Camera?
Camera one.
Oh. While we're here, let me get the other one set up for
Okay.
the dyads.
So all 7 verses follow the same melody. So we're not going to go through all 7. We'll just go through 1 or 2 in each way of playing it. So that's the first way of playing the chant, which is just playing the sa pa drone and singing the melody with the Sanskrit lyrics. Next, we'll actually play the melody, the individual melody notes.
1 second. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay. Ready?
Mhm.
Here we go.
Please place your hand in home position. So your thumb is on sa and your 5th finger is on pa. Melody starts on ga. And please repeat after me. Ga ga ga.
Ga ga ma 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 ma.
Ga re ma ga.
Ga re ma ga.
Next. Ga 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 re.
Ga 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 re.
Re 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 sa.
Re 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 sa.
Sa 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 re.
Sa sa re.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Ga re sa sa.
So if you are very new to the harmonium, I recommend for this next section to continue playing the sa padrone and practice singing the swaras. And if you're more experienced or you've taken a class with us, go ahead and try playing the melody with me. But if that feels like too much for today, and it's very understandable if you're new to the harmonium, just hold the drone of sa and pa and sing the swaras. Okay.
I'm gonna go into new forms as we go through.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, let's do one more verse with the melody. Okay. Ga ga ga.
Ga ga ga.
Ga ga re ma ga.
Ga ga re ma ga.
Ma 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 ma.
Ma 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 ma.
Ga re ma ga.
Ga re ma ga.
Next line. Ga 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 re.
Ga 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 re.
Re 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 sa.
Re 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 sa.
Sa 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 re.
Sa sa re.
Ga re sa sa sa.
Ga re sa sa.
Now let's play the melody and sing the Sanskrit lyrics with the quality of Shraddha, dedication. Repeat after me. Ya Devi
Ya Devi.
Sarva Bhuteshu
Sarva Bhuteshu.
Shraddharupena
Shraddharupena.
Samsthita.
Samstita.
Namastasye.
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 Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
So this way of rendering the hymn is sung out of time. It doesn't have tala or a time signature or an external rhythm. So we wouldn't sing this version of the hymn with, for example, a tabla accompaniment, right? Or with percussion. This is sung kind of in a sing-songy way out of time. It has its own natural pacing, but it doesn't have a pulse. So in the kirtans and the bhajans that we teach, kirtans and bhajans all have tala, so they all have a pulse. And when we teach them, we teach you a simple rhythmic notation. And we use certain things in the notation to indicate where the beats lie and how the beats are lined up, right? But in this case, there's no external pulse or beat, musical beat. So it's it's kind of just chanted out of time. Okay. So now, let's play the dyads. So this is the third way of playing the hymn. And in this mode of playing, style of playing, we're going to play 2 notes together. So first we're just going to practice the dyads. The first one is the sa pa dyad. So place your thumb on sa and your 5th finger on pa and hold both the notes down together. Now the second one is sa and ma. So keep sa held down with the 1st finger with the thumb, lift up the pinky, and place the 4th finger on ma. Here's the second dyad, sa ma dyad. Now keep the thumb on sa, lift up the 4th finger, place the 3rd finger on ga. And here's the sa ga dyad. Lift up the 3rd finger, go back to sa pa dyad. Now sa ma, sa ga. One more time through that sequence, sa pa, sa ma, sa ga. Next line.
Give me a second here. Just switch this.
Okay, now the next line starts off on the sa ga dyad, so you just keep holding it down to go into the second line. So sa ga dyad. Now for re pa, lift up both the notes that you currently have held down, the thumb and the 3rd finger, and play re with the 2nd finger and pa with the pinky, and play those 2 notes together. This is the re pa dyad. Keep the pinky playing pa, lift up the 2nd finger and place the thumb on sa, back to sa pa dyad. Now we're on the 2nd to last dyad of the line, re pa, so lift up the thumb, place down the 2nd finger on re. Lift up the 2nd finger, place the thumb on sa. Let's practice this line's dyads one more time. So starting with sa ga, 1 and 3. Now play re pa with 2 and 5. Sa pa, 1 and 5. Re pa, 2 and 5. Sa pa, 1 and 5. Now we'll play the dyad slowly as we sing the swaras. Now I want to remind you to come back to this sa pa dyad, this drone, anytime you need to. So if all the moving around of the different fingers is not happening for you presently in this moment, don't worry about it. Just come back to the drone of sa pa and just keep singing. And it will come with time and practice, I promise.
Quickly. It comes quick.
It comes quick, yeah. Okay. Repeat after me. Ga, 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 re, ma, ga.
Ga, 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 re, ma, ga.
Sa ma dyad. Ma, 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 ga, re.
Ma, 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 ga, re.
Ma, ga. Sa ga dyad. And actually, will you put a different verse up because that should be over the ga. The sa ga should be over the ga. There we go. Okay. So at the end, we go to the sa ga dyad when the svara in the melody goes to ga. So the dyad is enhancing the melody, and it will make usually logical sense with the melody, and it will also sound musical with the melody. Okay, back to the beginning. Sa pa dyad. Repeat after me. Ga 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 re ma ga.
Ga 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 re ma ga.
Sama. Ma 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 ga re ma ga.
Ma 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 ga re ma ga.
Going on. Keep the sa ga dyad held down. Ga 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 re. Switch to re pa dyad.
Ga 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 re.
Re 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 sa.
Re 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 sa.
Sa 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 re.
Sa sa re.
Ga re sa 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 sa.
Ga re sa sa.
Let's practice this line a couple of times, starting with sa ga. And actually, I'd like you to play along with me. I'm not going to call and response phrases, because that makes it a little more confusing actually for this particular line. So play along with me and sing on the responses with Brent. Ga 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 re 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 sa 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 re ga re sa 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 sa.
Ga 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 re. Re 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 sa. Sa sa re. Ga re sa sa.
Let's do that again. Ga 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 re 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 sa 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 re ga re sa sa sa.
Ga 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 re. Re 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 sa. Sa re. Ga re sa.
Beautiful. Now, beginning of the verse, we'll sing the Sanskrit and play the dyads.
Let's go to Lakshmi.
And Lakshmi. Okay. So start with the Sapa dyad. Play along with me and then sing on the responses. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu.
Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu.
Lakshmi Rupena Samsthita.
Lakshmi Rupena Samstita.
Next line. Keep the Saga dyad held down. Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha.
Namastasyai, 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 Namo Namaha.
Face, please. Camera one. Okay. So we've gone through 3 access points to playing this chant. The first is playing the drone, sa and pa, and singing. The second is playing the melody. And the third is playing the dyads. So now we're going to sing and play all 7 verses together. And you pick which style, which way you're going to play. And you can switch between them if you would like. I will rotate through. So I will play first drone, then melody, and then dyads.
Yeah, and if you know which style you're going to play and you're going to stick with it, you could also let us know in the chat. One would be playing a drone, type of 1 in the chat. 2 would be you're going to play the melody, and type of 3 in the chat if you're going to try the dyads.
And type of 4 if you're going to just sing and enjoy.
Yeah. We need to remember that while there's so many technical things to learning how to play the keyboard and to learning how to play instruments and even learning how to sing and pronounce words, that ultimately it's a heart-centered practice. And so wherever you're at today, just know that it's perfect just how it is. And what we do in the Sacred Sound Lab is we give you a practical way to learn real musical skills to enhance your Nada Yoga experience. Whether you're interested in mantra, raga, or kirtan, we have the tools to help you make a solid practice without skipping steps, without like little hacks and like music hacks that cause you to like not actually learn how to be a musician. We actually give you skills to enhance your musical abilities, to give you more confidence, to give you more ease, to give you more strength. And like I said before, there's an amazing community. Oh my gosh, they're just waiting for you. All right.
Yeah, so we're getting some questions about pumping the bellows. So I'm going to have Brent do a very brief spiel about this. And in the Kirtan Clarity free mini course, which is available from sacredsoundlab.com, if you scroll to the bottom, you can opt into that. There is a nice lesson that goes more in depth into how to create smooth pumping of your bellows.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's how it goes. Here's the way you understand how to pump smoothly. If you're playing the keys with your right hand and you're pumping with your left hand, what I want you to do is I want you to hold up your left hand. I want you to look at your left hand. I want to say, your job is volume. Look at your right hand and say, your job is time. Your job is volume. Your job is time. Your job is volume. Left hand is volume. Like when you turn up the volume on your radio and you turn down the volume on your radio. Now, if you were listening to your radio and you turned up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, you go, wow, 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 right? So what you want is, oh, you want steady volume. So that means that if your hand understands it's creating steady volume, you connect your ear to your hand and you do whatever it takes with your hand to produce that steady stream. Then the right hand, its job is the melody or the dyads or whatever in time. In time is relative because, as Sheela said, this particular hymn is out of time, but it has intrinsic time, like when things change.
It has a pacing.
Yeah, it has a pacing.
And the pacing is more or less dictated by the lyrics, by the Sanskrit.
Yep. So that's the pumping spiel, and then we have a lot of videos in the Sacred Sound Lab that break it down more detail.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Let's just set it up again.
So we'll go through all 7. We'll do this practice together. We're going to start and end the practice with the mantra, Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha.
Okay. Will you line up the harmonium, please?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Cool. Okay.
So Chandika is an attribute of the Supreme Goddess, of the great Mahadevi. And it is a name for the goddess that is one of the most, that shows up, if not the first most common, then the second most common name of the goddess that shows up in this text, the Devi Mahatmya. And so Chandika is the ferocious one, she who is the ferocious one, the aspect of Mahadevi. So we'll start and end this practice of the 7 verses selected from the Aparajita Stuti with chanting Om Chandikaye Namaha 3 times in the beginning to start and 3 times at the end. And we'll sing and play in unison. We'll all sing and play together. So for the opening mantras, just please play the Sa and Pa drone, and we'll chant the mantra on Sa. It'll sound like this. I'll sing it once first, and then we'll sing it 3 times in unison. So this is what it sounds like. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shaktirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shantirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. We're gonna give Brent 1 second to change the slide out.
Might as well check the rest of them while we're here.
Shraddha, here we go.
Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddharupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmirupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Dayarupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrarupena Samstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha.
Jai Mahadevi ki.
Jai.
Jai Mahakali ki.
Jai.
Jai Mahalakshmi ki.
Jai.
Jai Mahasaraswati ki.
Jai.
Jai. So what we'll do is, in a couple of minutes, we're gonna sing some kirtans, and then after the kirtans, before we end, we'll do this one more time, all 7 verses all together,
Yeah.
to close the entire thing.
Will you answer some questions?
Yes, yes.
So for the next 5 to 10 minutes, if you have questions, please type them in the chat. And actually, you know what? Will you do the ai ending now? I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Om Kirtan, I agree. So blissful. So blissful singing to the mother. Kiran, amazing. Thank you. Tina, thank you. Mandy. Yeah, this hymn often moves me to tears. Emma, I'm so happy you could join us. Thais, Jay, Diana, thank you. Faith, thank you. Feeling the bliss, yes. Ramaji, blissful verses, indeed. So I'm happy to answer some questions now. If there's anything left in the mental space and the thinking mind. Thank you, Amanda. Jai Ma. Good question, Catherine. Difference between stotram and stuti? I think they're pretty much interchangeable. Technically, there might be a difference, which I can find out for you, but I've heard them pretty much used interchangeably. So, there's different words. Stotram is a collection of shlokas. Stotram is a collection of verses. Stuti is like a hymn. And then suktam is also like a hymn. So they're pretty related. Rachel, Jay. Thank you, Julie, Alexis, Diana, Jay. Ramanti, quick question. In the second half of the first line, are there 4 ma or 5? Second half of the first line. Will you pull up those sargams, please?
I think it's 4. So we'd have
Ma, 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 ma. 4. Yeah. Kevin, me too. I know there was a pronunciation question about namastasyai. So you will hear it as yai in some instances and yai in some instances. So yai is the technical Sanskrit pronunciation, but it's also common to hear yay as well.
What's important is that the final vowel sound is an E sound. So it would not be pronounced yay, like Y-A-Y, yay. It would be yay or yay. Getting to the E sound is the essential that turns it feminine.
Yeah. So what we want to avoid is ye. You hear the difference, like Om Gam Ganapata ye? That is a masculine ending. Tu Ganapati, ye. So yay. Yay or yai. Both are very commonly chanted and are both correct. Yay or yai, but not ye.
Cool.
And yes, Emma, there is a PDF that goes with this class. So it came to you by email a couple of times this morning. And I am going to send you a recording of all of the verses so you can hear the melody changes slightly with the first and last verses. but it's very similar. So you can also learn that when you get the recording in a couple of weeks. Brent and I are going on a road trip. So
Yeah.
when we come
Tomorrow,
back
hitting
from
the
our road
road.
trip, we'll do that. Kim, difference between Namo Namaha. No difference. So in the Roman transliteration, we put a dot under the H for the visarga. And that dot under the H is pronounced Namaha. So when that visarga or that dot, what is represented as the dot under the H, happens at the end of a line, you re-articulate the vowel before. So Namaha is. Namaha, if you spell it Namaha, that's phonetic spelling. And if you do the transliteration system of diacritical marks, you would do the H with the dot.
And Nancy, sargam compared to svara. So sargam is the name of the system, the Indian solfege system. It's the first 4 notes of the system, sa, re, ga, ma, all squished up into one word, sargam. And svara is the, each note in the system is called a swara. Okay.
So in a moment, let's bring Puja on. Actually, why don't you go ahead and bring Puja on, and we'll start the kirtan. Before we start the kirtan, though.
Yeah, if you enjoyed today's class, we, like Sheela said, we have free content on our website, sacredsoundlab.com, on the homepage. There's the free harmonium class, Kirtan Clarity, there. And consider taking advantage of the summer special pricing on our paid harmonium and singing classes. The prices are going up July 1st. We have 2 courses, pre-recorded courses for harmonium, 2 pre-recorded courses for voice, and they're getting you ready for our live courses that are going to be this fall. And
additionally, we're going to be offering live coaching and practice for the Harmonium Magic courses.
Yeah.
So in these sessions, this is where you can practice the exercises and the kirtans live on Zoom. We do them in Zoom with us. You can practice along and play along with us, and we use the same format where you can see my hands and where you can see the notations right on your screen, and of course you'll have all the course content in your course library. And so this is also the place where you can bring your questions, technical questions about playing the harmonium, about pumping, about music, anything like that. And also in these sessions, we're going to ask for volunteers to come off mute individually and sing or play a little bit, so you can receive some coaching from us. So there's going to be coaching with Brent and I. There's also going to be a series of 101 coachings with Puja, which is going to be super beautiful and exciting. Puja is an incredible teacher, not to mention phenomenal kirtan leader and singer and teacher of kirtan and yoga and meditation. So you'll get to know Puja more. And right now until July 6th, if you get 1 month of coaching, you actually get 2. You get
for 101.
Yeah,
Get 2 for 1.
Yeah, you basically get 2 months of coaching for the price of 1. That's what I'm trying to say. My head's not there.
It occurred to me that we never said what we do in the Sacred Sound Lab.
Right. We never.
Well, what we do is we teach the alchemy of mantra, raga, and kirtan. So it's not just a kirtan school. It's not just a raga school. It's not just a mantra school. We synthesize these 3 streams of Nada yoga into one offering. And in this offer, we teach firstly in 2 different ways, one through a vocal track and one through a harmonium track. But all of the content is derived from our traditional training in these 3 streams.
Yes.
So that's, that's a good description.
Yeah. Janak. Yes. So, Puja, will you drop the link in the chat to the Harmonium Magic course page? And if you go to that page, to the bottom, to the FAQs section, I have a whole FAQ section on where to purchase a harmonium and sellers that we trust and recommend. So you can see links to their information and to their stores and websites to order. And that is on the FAQ section of the Harmonium Magic page, which Puja will drop into the chat.
Okay.
The Mother Hive, which course is best for beginner? For beginning harmonium, Harmonium Magic 101 with live coaching.
Mm-hmm.
The live support is really, people have told us that it is just such an important integral part of keeping them on track and keeping them practicing and progressing forward. So if you can make the live sessions, I definitely recommend also signing up for the live coaching and practice. And if not, you will get the recordings. So yes, Old Delhi Music in Chicago is a wonderful store to buy from. And yes, you can call them up and tell them what you're looking for. Thank you so much, Abby. Diana, I don't have a harmonium yet, but was able to play along with my keyboard. Good. Using an
Great.
organ tone. That's perfect. Diana,
Perfect.
I'm so glad that worked for you.
And you,
yes.
you can go through our courses that way too. Until you have time to buy a harmonium, getting the drone sound on a keyboard works just fine for getting the skills. Even if it's not ultimately the timbre or tone that you're looking for in a support sound, it achieves the function of learning. Then when you have time to get a harmonium, then it'll link up just fine.
And thank you, Tina. Yes, our dear friend David Estes has a company called Ragamala and sells beautiful harmoniums. I bought a Ragamala for my mother as a gift, and she loves it, and I love playing it. It's lightweight,
Great tone,
and it's easy to take on the plane, carry around.
Very well built too.
Yeah, and very well built as well.
Very reliable construction.
So all those resources again are on that page. Okay. So let's call Puja in, yeah?
Great.
And get started. We're gonna.
Do you want Puja to start or to end? I think it'd be cool to have Puja end the Bhajamanama at the end once we stop the time.
I thought we would do call and response in the beginning and then we'll.
Oh, great idea.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's gonna happen. Ooh, can't wait.
Amanda, yeah. So the next live harmonium course will be taught in the fall, and it will be Harmonium Magic 121. 121. So it will be the next level after 111. So many of you have taken both 101 and 111, and so 121 will be offered in the fall. And for those of you that haven't, the summer is a great opportunity to go through those courses. You can get through both of them during the summer and join us live for 121 in the fall.
Okay, before we start, Puja, make sure your YouTube is on mute. Okay, cool. And let's do a quick little sound check. Let me throw you up here. Hey, Puja. Okay. Play a little bit, Puja, so we can see that the sound's working. Oh. Great. One lovely.
Okay, I'm just. Oh, okay, never mind.
What do you need?
The link. I don't think there's a link I'll put in the chat there.
Link for what?
The harmonium magic with the FAQs. I need that.
Oh. Okay. Do you want to just take care of it real quick?
Well, I can't access the computer because I don't have.
Oh, right. Do you want me to do it?
Puja, I don't know that we're seeing all the comments come through, but did that link get posted in there, the Harmonium Magic page? Okay, perfect.
Okay,
I think so. We're not seeing quite all the comments necessarily, so I can't tell, but thank you. All right, so we're going to start the kirtan with Bhajamanama. Bhajamanama, sing to the mother. Anandamayi Ma, the mother whose form is bliss. Anandarupa Ma, the mother whose form is bliss. Anandamayi is actually she who's the embodiment of bliss, and Anandarupa, she whose form is bliss.
Yeah, give me a second to get Bhajamanama up here.
So we'll sing the phrases, sing a couple of slow phrases, and we'll sing call and response with Puja.
Yeah, so we'll just keep the tamburas off while during the call and response.
Yes,
Yeah.
keep the tamburas off during
Cool.
the call and response, exactly.
Great. Hmm? Oh.
Bhaj man ma, ma, ma.
Bhaj man ma, 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 ma.
Bhaj man ma, 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 ma.
Anandamayi ma, ma. Anandarupa 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 ma, ma.
Bhaj man ma, 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 ma. Bhaj man ma, 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 ma.
Bhaj man ma, 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 ma. Bhaj man ma, 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 ma.
Anandamayi ma, ma. Anandarupa ma, ma.
Anandamayi ma, Anandarupa ma.
Bhaj man ma, 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 ma. Bhaj man ma, 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 ma. Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye
Can we call him back?
Victory to Mother Durga, she who is the ocean of compassion, who wears the garland of skulls, who is the upholder of the universe, and she who is the mother of the universe.
Give me a speed. Give me a speed.
Jai
Jagadambe Jai Jai Ma.
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 Together. Jagadambe Jai Jai Ma. 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 Let's end with one more time singing through the 7 verses of the Ya Devi hymn, starting and ending with Om Chandikaye Namaha. Please come to your Sapadrome with your thumb and another finger, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. Let's sing Om together. Inhale. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Samsthita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shaktirupena Samsthita Namastasye Namastasye
Namastasyai Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shraddharupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmirupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Dayarupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrarupena Samstita. Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha. Om Chandikaye Namaha.
I offer my pranams, my deep gratitude, my salutations at the lotus feet of my family's Guru Sri Mata Amritanandamayi Devi.
It was so great to be with you all today. Thank you for showing up. We really hope you enjoyed yourself and that you learned a little something you can take with you. And you'll get the replay of this class within 48 hours, and we'll be in touch. So have a great rest of your day or night, wherever it is, whenever it is you are in the world. And namaste. Take care.
Yeah, thank you so much all for being here. And let's close with praying for the peace and happiness of all beings. Lokaha samastaha. Let's chant all together in unison.
Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti.
Till next time we meet, virtual or in person. Bye. Thanks for joining us, Kevin.